The macOS Finder is by default one of the worst file managers existing, but with these simple hacks it gets the best file manager ever. So what I have here is a completely new installation of macOS with of course an unconfigured Finder, and I will turn this into the ultimate version of the macOS Finder. But first I need to enable the dark mode and get some files on here. Okay, much better. So the very first thing we need to do is to change the view from icons to list. It just makes things way more clear. To do that, use the Command 2 shortcut. The next couple of options are hidden in the view menu. So we already changed the view. Next, select use groups. What it does is, as you can see, group different file types without creating folders for each type. The next step is to show the tab bar. That's super useful if you transfer a file via drag and drop, because you can have as many tabs with different folders open as you want. The next option we need to enable here is the show preview option. It shows you a little preview of a file, just like Quick Look does, which is of course also a great thing to use. It also gives some information of the file and lets you perform quick actions like remove the background of an image or trim a video. Okay, the next thing is the path bar. It just gives a quick overview of the path, enables you to copy the path name or right click folders to, well, do the stuff that you do when you right click a file. The next step is showing the status bar, also in the view menu of course. In the beginning it seems like a little useless thing, since it just shows how many files in a folder and how many of them are selected, but it also shows how much disk space you have available, which is pretty handy, especially for these kinds of Macs. Okay, that was it with the view menu. Now let's jump to the Finder settings. To do that, hit Command, and you're in. So on the general page there are already two very cool options. First, you can change which items should be displayed on the desktop. I would deselect all of them, since I always try to keep my desktop as clean as possible. And down here you can change which folder should be displayed in the sidebar. If you like to put other folders in the sidebar, just drag them in and they will stick around until you drag them out. On the last page you can change other stuff, like always showing file extensions, show warnings before things like emptying the trash, or let the trash empty itself after 30 days. Okay, we have a bunch of new panels now, but what about this guy, the toolbar? To customize it, right click an empty spot of it and click customize toolbar. Now you can drag items in and out depending on if you need them or not. Also down here you can decide if the items should be displayed as icons with text, or just text. Okay, now you are a real fan of the Finder, right? You can by the way also become my fan by clicking the subscribe button below the video.